What's going on, guys? So I'm just here on my laptop. I thought it'd be cool for me to come on here and rank the exhaust, different categories, my personal opinion, what I thought was the best. So if we go to the categories, we're going to start off with startup, then we're going to do idle, then revs, normal takeoff, and then a hard acceleration. And so first of all, I want to just say the Tacoma loses. Alright, so we're just going to put a couple clips here in the beginning for people that want to hear the taco, that like tacos. I get it, no hate. Just personally, it was going to come in last on all categories, so might as well not even deal with putting it on the list. So enjoy this, and then we'll jump straight into startups. So startups. This was a pretty easy one. I'm not gonna lie. So the OBS is gonna come in last place. It just, for one, it didn't even like starting most of the time, but it just didn't have any real cool startup. It was just kind of a, once the starter finally decided to go, then it cranked. Then we had my '06 F-150. It had an alright. It didn't have any like real punchy crank up or anything like that. Coming in third, we got Larry. Larry's got a pretty decent startup, but usually pretty quiet. Every now and then it'll have a nice little punch on startup, but typically it's pretty chill. The Duramax, it obviously just diesel crank up, full straight pipe. It sounded sick on startup. And then of course, taking home first place, we got Baby Squat coming in there with the just out of control, just freaking blow your pants off, just craziness that Baby Squat is on startup. It's just out of control, and I love it. Alright, so we got idle. Coming in last place is going to be my old F-150, just because, it just kind of had just a normal little mellow V8 rumble. Nothing crazy, wasn't nothing too special. So fourth place is Larry. I almost put Larry last because of the exhaust leaks that you can hear, but just purely exhaust, sounds pretty good. It's got a nice little rumble to it. Third, I went ahead and put the OBS because it had a nice old school lope to it, and it sounded pretty tough. Second place is going to the LBZ because it sounded sick at idle, especially when it would swap between the hiss and rumble. I think that's what it's called. Dude, it sounded so freaking good. And then first place is going back to Baby Squat because Baby Squat just sounds so freaking sick. Just sitting there, just rumbling. It's got perfect little chops, not too loud, not too quiet. I absolutely love it. this one was a little tricky, and it's gonna probably surprise a lot of y'all. So coming in last place is Baby Squat. I know, I couldn't believe it either. But due to the tuning on these new trucks, they don't let the RPMs drop quickly, so they kind of hold it. And so you don't get the cool deceleration noises. And Baby Squat does have a good old school Chevrolet rev, but the decel is just ruined by the tuning on it. Then next we got my old F-150. Didn't have the best sound on the up rev. I mean, it sounded good, but it wasn't great. I prefer Baby Squat's up rev more than this, but it did have all the good pops and crackles, and I'm a huge pops and crackles fan. So then next we got the Duramax, and of course you got the exhaust, you got the turbo, everything combined. Sounds freaking sick when it revs. Not a big person about, don't feel too great revving a diesel, but it does sound sick. So then second and first place was pretty hard to decide because the OBS sounded so sick. That old school it sounded so freaking good on revs. But Larry has the good pops and crackles, so I ended up having to give it to Larry first place. Alright, so normal takeoff. I had to throw my old F-150 in last place just because it was the only footage I could really find was filmed with a potato and you couldn't really hear it, but I was never fully satisfied with this truck's exhaust sound, and so I had to throw it in last. OBS coming in fourth place. You know, it sounded alright, but normal, I don't know, normal acceleration, it kind of had a weird sound with that exhaust setup, so wasn't my favorite. And then third, we got the LBZ. Of course, sounded sick. Normal accelerations, it sounded sick. But me personally, I am more of a gas V8 exhaust fan than diesel, so I couldn't put it up any higher than that. So second place went to Baby Squat because it's like the perfect exhaust for like the daily driver, which Baby Squat is. Not too loud, not too quiet, normal acceleration, deep choppy. And then in first place, normal acceleration, had to give it to Larry because Larry just sounds so freaking good. If Larry was my daily, I don't know, maybe I'd get annoyed with it or something, but it being just my fun drive when I feel like driving it truck, it sounds so freaking good. And I know there's going to be a lot of comments saying, oh, it's a freaking clap wagon, blah, blah, blah. I know it is. I enjoy that sound. Larry's got first place, no doubt. Alright, so hard acceleration. Last play got my old F-150. I think it sounded really good. Wasn't as deep as I always wanted it to be deeper. And so that's still true. I had to put the OBS. I mean, it had that real choppy tone. I would say middle ground, middle gas would be like the OBS sounded really good, but I couldn't find any footage of that, so wasn't able to do that. Third place, we got the Duramax. Good sounding. You got the turbo, you got the exhaust, but like previously, I'm more of a gas fan. So third place for the Duramax. This was actually pretty hard, but second place had to give it to Larry. Clatwagon all day long, but sounds freaking good. And then first, I had to give it to Baby Squat because I just like the higher RPM sound. Sounds freaking sick. Romping on it. Baby Squat freaking kills it. Alright, so final rating. This is just my experience from all aspects. Driving them on the daily, inside, outside. Just overall package of how I've enjoyed them. Of course, we got number 6. We got the Taco. Just V6, not really fair to be on this list. I get it, but it is one of my trucks and did have an exhaust on it, even if I didn't put it on there. Number 5, we got my old F-150. I love that exhaust sound. I never got it how I wanted to. So number 4, we gave it to the OBS. OBS absolutely killed it on the revs and was just glorious. But overall, with that exhaust setup, not my favorite. So middle ground, number 4. So number 3, had to give it to the Duramax because just between diesel sound, turbo whistle, the whole 9 yards. It was a great truck that I did enjoy driving a lot, and it sounded sick. If it was louder, I probably would have enjoyed it more. I don't know, I just like really loud exhaust, and so the Duramax was not super loud. And so from the driver's seat, you didn't get to experience a ton of sound. Number 2, had to give it to Larry. Larry is just the ultimate Clatwagon fun machine, and I love pretty much everything about it. But it couldn't overtake Baby Squat. There's a reason I daily drive Baby Squat, and I've had the same exhaust setup for over 2 years. I absolutely love it. Everything about it. Definitely comment down below. Let me know which ones were your favorite. Rank them down below, 1 to 6. 1 being your favorite, 6 obviously being your least favorite. If you feel like getting detailed with it, go for it. Hey, comment section is open to y'all. So with that being said, hopefully you did enjoy. I will see y'all in the next one.